Have you always wanted to make your own transformation dress? It seems like they're popping up everywhere and they look so cool, but they also look really complicated. And this is true. Some of them are really complicated, but most of them are very, very simple to make, and even a beginner could do it. Some transformation dresses just have Velcro along the front, some have magnets, snaps, and some of the Cinderella plays use a transformation dress with a fishing line rigging that holds all of the seams together and has to be re-sewn every single time they get ready for the scene. So come along with me today as I go ahead and teach you how to make one of the many styles of transformation dresses.
I'm the happy unicorn, and I'll make your dreams come true.
Hello everybody who has interest in making a transformation dress. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I hope I'm able to give you some helpful tips so you can make your own one of these. Now feel free to go ahead and skip ahead to this timestamp. Oop, I'm sliding. This timestamp if you want to go ahead and start making your transformation dress, but real quick I'm going to go ahead and give like a quick 2-minute little history on the transformation dress and just some fun tips and some fun facts. Now for the sake of this video, I'm going to be calling this type of dress a transformation dress, but these types of dresses go by many other names, including transforming dresses, 2-in-1 dresses, quick change dresses, and split dresses. I'm not sure who created the first transforming dress or even the first transforming costume, but in the last few years they've been starting to get a lot more attention. They're a very simple design, but it brings a big wow factor. A quick Google search told me that the very first person to make a transforming outfit was Arturo Brachetti. I hope I said that right. He was born in 1957, and I'm not sure when he made his transforming outfit, but it was a tailcoat that went from white to black. Or was it black to white? I'm not sure. But like I said, in recent years, we've started seeing more and more transforming costumes in the media, on stage, and even in movies. Katy Perry did an amazing 19 costume changes during her 2011 California Dream Tour. During the 2019 Met Gala, we got to see Zendaya's transforming Cinderella dress, and we got to see Lady Gaga's change after change after change. This year, during the 2022 Met Gala, we got to see Blake Lively's transformation dress that was based on the Statue of Liberty. And I've never seen this movie, but if you've heard of or seen Westworld, there's an amazing transforming dress, and I've gotten to see a clip of that. It's really neat. And although a lot of those are transforming dresses, I think of them more as quick chain dresses, especially the Katy Perry ones. And for Lady Gaga's and Zendaya's 2019 Met Gala looks, instead of being a transforming dress or a transformation dress, I would say that they had more of a changing element. But when I think of a transformation dress, I more specifically think of this play. This Broadway play came out in 2013 and actually features 2 transformation scenes that I know of. We have Cinderella going from her rags to riches, and then we also have the fairy godmother going from her rags to riches as well. When I think transformation dress, that's exactly what I think of. I think of one dress that can go to another dress within about 5 to 10 seconds, usually with spinning involved to help get the momentum and the skirt falling downwards. Another really big front runner in transformation dresses would have to be Designer Daddy. He's made a lot of amazing transformation dresses for his wife, daughter, and clients. So without further ado, let's get started. You will need a few different fabrics, basic sewing supplies and basic sewing knowledge, and a t-shirt for your pattern. For the dress that I'm making today, I'm just going to be using this thrifted tablecloth, this really cheap fabric, which I don't actually end up using, and a bed sheet. When looking for fabric, stay away from fabrics that stick to themselves, like different cottons and velvets. You'll want something like this material. It falls away from itself and it doesn't stick at all. Medium-weighted polyesters work really well because they help to pull the transforming dress down when you spin. The first measurement you're going to need is from your natural waistline right around your belly button down to the top of your foot. For me, that's 35 inches. Then you're going to get half that measurement with math, or you can just fold the measuring tape in half and get your measurement that way. For me, that was about 17.5 inches. This number is going to hit about fingertip length and be about halfway above your knee. Last but not least, you're going to need a measurement of your natural waistline. Again, this is right about where your belly button is. This was about 27 inches for me, but that number is literally changing all the time. Next, it was time to cut a big rectangle out of my bed sheet. It was 17.5 inches long, and its width was 3 times my waist measurement. I also cut out a small rectangle with my waist measurement. The bigger piece is our skirt panel. I went ahead and I took a long gathering stitch on my sewing machine and I sewed a straight line along the top of the skirt piece. Now all you have to do to gather the fabric is take the bottom thread or the bobbin thread and pull. This will gather up the fabric together. Gather this down 3 times to the same length as your waistband. Then you're going to pin right sides together and sew down like so. Once you're done sewing that down, you can go ahead and fold fold over the rest of the waistband and sew this in place. Normally I would hand sew the other side, that way I had a nice clean finish and didn't show through, but you're going to see later on that this skirt is never going to see the light of day. At this point, you can fold your skirt in half with the right sides together. Sew up, leaving about 6 inches on the top. If you would like, you can add a zipper or a nice closure, but for simplicity's sake and to make this beginner friendly, we're just going to add a ribbon on each side and sew in place. Now you're already 1/3 of the way through with your transformation dress. Now you're going to take your first measurement, which was your belly button down to the top of your foot, and we're going to cut out another rectangle just like we did for the bed sheet. This one is going to be 3 times the length of our waist. If you need to finish off the edges, now is a really great time to do a rolled hem. Now you're going to take your rectangle and you're going to match up both of the short ends together and sew down the line all the way. This is going to create a nice little tube for you to step right inside of. It should look just like this. Now you're going to take your tube, and your wrong side of the fabric should be on the inside with your right side of the fabric being on the outside. And also just don't look too closely at this video because you'll see that in this illustration that I actually did it incorrectly, so just look away. Now you are going to take the left edge of your tube and the right edge of your tube and bring them together so that the right sides of the fabric are touching. Basically, you're folding your tube in half so that you still have a tube, but the fabric is folded in on itself. Your tube should look just like this, except opposite, because remember, you're doing it correctly and I accidentally did it incorrectly, so it'll be opposite. Now you are going to pin the folded edge of your tube onto the edge of the skirt. You will want each pin to be about 2 inches away from its neighboring pin. Then you are going to put a few stitches in the place of each pin. The best way to do this is by hand stitching with a catching stitch. You can use a machine if you would like, but the stitches are going to show through onto the other side unless you put a decoration on top of them. At this point, you've pretty much gotten a transformation dress. This is where the magic lies, in the skirt. But if you would like to learn how to make a top to go with it, keep watching. Take a t-shirt that fits you with the sleeves folded in, and you're just going to cut out 2 of those. Go ahead and cut one of those in half down the middle. Then you're going to sew the shoulder and the side seams. And then I think some of my footage got deleted, but basically I just sewed 2 waistbands or button plackets onto the left and the right side of the bodice. That way that the Velcro would have something stronger to hold on to. Anyway, now you'll have this snazzy little vest that we can add some Velcro to. The Velcros with the hooks are going to go on one side while the fluffy Velcro will go on the other side. That way one side can go over the other. Although feel free to use snaps or magnets, especially if you're going to make this dress for a play. The Velcro is going to sound very loud on stage, so I would definitely recommend magnets. For the sleeves, you can just trace out a t-shirt, or you can make this general puffy sleeve shape. Put right sides to right sides and sew down the center arm sleeve. You can also do a roll hem around the bottom. Then put the right side of the sleeves inside of the right side of the bodice, pin in place, and sew. If you would like to put a very loose elastic in the bottom of the sleeve, you can, to give more of a puffy appearance. Otherwise, you can leave them just like this and have a cute little flutter sleeve. You should also mention that you want the very bottom of the bodice to be very tight. This is because the very bottom of the bodice is what's going to hold the skirt in place. When transformation dresses are used in plays, there's usually a stand-in dress for Cinderella the first half, and then she switches into the transformation dress quickly for the transformation scene, just because these dresses aren't very secure. First step in setting up this dress is to take the top and Velcro it in place. Then you can pull up the top part of the skirt, shake everything out, and you're going to tuck in on the left hip, the right hip, the center front, the center back, and then you're going to tuck in all the in-betweens and make sure everything's evenly gathered. The dress is going to be very bulky and not very flattering. This is actually one of my least favorite transformation dress designs to sew because of that. When using a transformation dress, do everything opposite of what this model is doing. She is pulling away with the Velcro instead of against it, which was wrong because our model was dumb. Oh look! Our model is me. Now I'm going to show you how to set the transformation dress with a dress. The very first thing you're going to put on is the transformation dress skirt. Then you're going to put on your own skirt and bodice or dress. After that, you're going to go ahead and Velcro up the top, tucking in any sleeves and anything else you want tucked in. Now you're going to pick up the transformation skirt and you're going to hold it up and kind of stuff the skirt in like a pocket. You're just going to keep filling it up and distribute everything evenly. Due to copyright reasons, I'm not using any music, but I'm just going to turn off this voiceover and let you listen to the soothing sounds of the rainstorm. That was terrifying. I don't know if you can tell how bad that was from in there. I can't even hear you, it's still going. So here's the transformation dress on the outside with the reveal dress just kind of stuffed on inside. The pink is kind of a thin material, so you can kind of see the blue showing through underneath, but it's not too bad, and the stitches really aren't showing that badly either. Thanks for watching. Bye!